Oh fuck! I might have fucked something. All right, whatever. We'll deal with them and think. What is up, everybody? It is your host from JAMSports, Alex. Welcome to Championship Week. I'm getting very nervous because it is only a couple days away where the Eagles and Niners play, and I'm hoping the Niners win. Yeah. So I guess let's get right in a prediction recap and just talk about the games. Even though I did not watch any of them but the
Uh,
Cowboys Niners. Did you watch any of them besides the Cowboys Niners?
uh,
I mean, you watched one of
I
them, but did you watch like the
I
Jags, Chiefs, and Bills? Bengals?
I watched almost all of the games.
Okay, cool. Because I was at work for a majority of them and couldn't watch any of them. Besides
I
one.
missed a little bit of Jags Chiefs and a little bit of Bills Bengals because I had other stuff going on over the weekend, but
Got it.
I watched as much as I could of both.
Okay.
You know, the good old you have it on your phone next to you and you're like sneaking glances while you're busy doing other stuff.
Yeah, of course.
A
Love
sad,
it.
sad life I live.
All right, let's get in the first game. Jags, Chiefs. I I was not correct. The Jags lost by 7 in garbage time.
Well,
They did cover
so
though.
I didn't think it was crazy close. I was told that that was an incorrect opinion. Um,
I mean, they lost by 7, but they were down by 14 with like 15 seconds left. So like,
yeah, because of like the fumble and stuff earlier, I guess people thought that the Jags really had that one, but I don't know. To me, it didn't feel super close.
yeah,
Like at the end there. Things that I learned from that include Mahomes on one leg might be like the third best quarterback in football,
yeah,
which that's a little scary. But I guess that's the thing with Mahomes is not only does he have like ungodly athletic ability, like he's got a Josh Allen type arm, he can run well. He also has like the mentals of a long time vet, which
yeah,
you add that all together. I mean, man, even you take away his mobility and he's still like a good quarterback, a very good quarterback. It's strange.
yeah. That's
But hey, it was a good run for the Jags. They went farther than they were, supposed to coming in.
yeah.
Um, I mean, shoot, when you're in a division that week, you may as well take advantage and, you know,
Yeah, Titans would
sidestep your way into the divisional.
Titans would have lost in the wild card. The Jags are better. Let's be honest.
The Jags are better than the Titans. That is, but the Titans also start Josh Dobbs at quarterback,
That's also...
which really limits their ability as a team.
Oh my god.
But the Jags also benefited heavily from the Chargers chargering.
This is also true.
Hey, they won a playoff game. That is way more than they were supposed to do. All that spending in free agency that everyone laughed at theoretically paid off, even if they're still honestly probably bad contracts. But like,
Christian
hey,
Kirk's
invest in
a
your
damn
team.
good receiver.
He still was considerably overpaid. I mean, you saw the effects of his contract.
Yeah, but he's still a decent receiver.
Yeah,
Didn't he have over 1,000 yards this season?
I mean, yeah, but as the number one, like as the focal point of an offense, it would be somewhat hard not to if you're healthy all year.
Yeah, Christian Kirk had 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns. I'd say that's
That's
the season.
that's about the pace that Darius Slayton was on this year if he played a full season. For reference, like if you are the number one target in an offense, 1,000 yards should be the expectation, unless your offense is truly stacked.
Like the Niners.
Yeah, yes,
Even IU got 1,000 yards, so it's like
yeah.
okay,
It's a pass happy league, you know.
yeah,
Um, but you saw it with all the receivers that after the Kirk contract, it held out, for example, for a better contract because that bumped up the pay scale for a bunch of receivers by a lot. Because if he got that for what he'd done leading up to that, I mean, receivers that had actually done things, you know,
Dude fucking ruined the receiver market, and we had to pay Debo a shit ton of money that he
Look, I am
deserves,
all
but
for
still.
players getting paid. Like, I am very happy for Kirk. I'm very happy for the other players. In a hard cap league, it's also tough on teams sometimes.
Oh no shit, Sherlock! You see the Niners cap space next season because Debo wanted to get paid more, and also we paid a
It'll be
lot of
fine.
people. We're paying a lot of people as well, so it's like,
Yeah, it's almost like having good players costs money.
oh, why couldn't they have been
Ain't
in
that
their rookie
something?
contracts?
Well, they were, and
They see keyword they were. Why can't they still? Fuck.
because this
Alright.
isn't baseball, and football players actually get paid at a reasonable time, even if it's still not enough soon enough for the vast majority of players.
Aaron Judge.
Well, I just mean in baseball in general, you get
paid till he was like 31.
yeah, he didn't enter the league until he was like 25.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, you get 6 years at the major league level, not to mention getting below minimum in the minors in baseball. At least in football, it's
Dude.
4 years on still better pay than minor league baseball, but not really good considering all of your expenses and all of the long term effects of it.
Yeah. That's true.
But oh well, good for the Jags. They had a good run. They covered the spread. I mean, when you're going into Kansas City, obviously Mahomes getting hurt meant that you come away with kind of a different perspective on it. But coming to Kansas City thinking that you can be within 7 of that team, I think you feel okay about yourself.
Next game, Jack, you want to talk about it? It's Eagles Giants. I picked the Giants to win and to cover, and they didn't do either. So
I picked neither of those things.
talk about it, Jack.
So the Giants all year, obviously, I mean, we've talked about how the Giants have a bottom 2 roster in football, right?
Yep.
The Giants all year have won on coaching, but at a certain point, when the other team also has at least decent coaching, talent will beat 0 talent, like every day of the week. And that was the kind of thing where, and you saw it with the Cowboys, especially the first time, like even with Cooper Rush at quarterback, that game never felt in doubt. You sort of saw it on Thanksgiving, even though the Giants could have won that game in different circumstances. You saw it with the Eagles the first time around. When they played a team that was like truly more talented than them, especially at a lot of key positions, there's only so much coaching can do, right? If you have Nick McLeod covering Devontae Smith in the slot, he's going to get beat. I don't care what he's running. I don't care what the play calling is. I don't care like what else is happening. You don't have good enough people to execute any game plan. And that was the case on offense and defense for the Giants. I mean, especially like they came into the year as a horrible roster, and then they had injuries into the preseason at bad places. I mean, interior D line, any snap where Dexter Lawrence or Leonard Williams was off the field, which you should expect your defensive linemen to play like 60 to 70% of snaps. You shouldn't expect them to play a full game for like your big guys up front. Mm-hmm. Any snap that one of those guys were off the field, their backups were so horrible. Like there's obviously the clip of Jason Kelsey like with one arm shoving Justin Ellis to the ground. That went like everywhere, but it's been a thing all year. I mean, I talked about it every Giants game that I don't understand why teams didn't just run the ball every play, because the Giants defense personnel wise can't handle it. You have a backup D lineman in, that's a free trip to the second level if you run it towards that guy. The linebackers, they're not going to do anything. I mean, Jalen Smith and Gerard Davis are both not good enough to make any other roster in the league. And they played like the whole game. And at some point, it was a great ride. It was good fun. It's fun having a coaching advantage after not really having a coaching advantage for a while for the Giants. Like this is the first time that, they've had offensive and defensive coaching that's been like league average to slightly above. But this was the first season as a Giants fan where it felt like, especially the offensive coaching, was genuinely like up there with the really good offensive coordinators. Like the red zone scoring percentage was really high. The red zone defense was really strong. Like And the red zone especially is where the coaching kind of shows up more with some of that. But, the Eagles, they just win by being more talented than teams, and they were by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so that game went about how you could expect it to. Like, there is not, regardless of the play calling, if every single Eagles D lineman is better than every single Giants offensive lineman minus Andrew Thomas, they can rush 3 or 4 people and get home every time. Their corners are better than the Giants receivers. Their linebackers are better than, anyone on the Giants offense. Their safeties are better than pretty much anyone on the Giants offense, right? Like, the play calling wasn't great, but it wasn't bad by any stretch. And the bad plays for the offense weren't necessarily like bad plays by the players. It was just there's nothing there. Yeah. And it's kind of a reality check. And Joe Shane, I said it in his presser afterwards, where he was like, yeah, there's a huge talent gap to close. We went 1-5-1 in the division. We are nowhere near, rebuilt, even though this year happened. And that, yeah, a 38-7, you're not seriously competing for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But that is my entirely unorganized thoughts on that one.
Very sad. Next game, Bills Bengals. We all know Kaz picked the Bengals. You, me, and
that is correct.
The Bills.
We all picked the Bengals to cover, which is interesting. But 3 out of 4 of us picked the Bills to win.
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be as bad as a blow as it was.
Yeah.
If you're wearing white jerseys while it's snowing,
don't do that.
It's not
don't do that.
Help. It's not going to help, but it's just funny seeing the people.
The Bills pick their jerseys, right?
Hold up.
Okay.
I'm not saying. Hold up. Let me finish. I'm not saying. Hold up. Pause for a minute. I'm not saying it has an advantage. I just find it really funny how Bills fans ran to Twitter at the end of the game being like, they had white jerseys in the snow. Our Bills players couldn't see them. Yada, yada, yada. No, you just lost. You lost.
I think it is unfair to say that is Bills fans as a whole. Because I saw plenty of Bills fans.
Yeah. I did see a lot of people on Twitter.
I saw 4 that got amplified by a lot of fans of other teams that are like, wow, look at this. Yeah. But the majority of Bills fans I saw were like, hey, these people are fucking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I checked the Bills Chiefs thread on my what is it, for you, the trending recommended, and I just look, and it just the first 10 are they were wearing white jerseys in snow. Why? That just doesn't help us. I'm like, dog, it doesn't do shit.
I think that might be your fault for following a Twitter topic, if we're being honest.
I don't follow a Twitter topic. I was just.
Well, no, but you said you clicked on. You said you clicked on a Twitter topic on trending. Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's what. Oh well, yeah. I mean, that probably is my fault, but
I know the Yankees equivalent of that during Yankees games is something I will never touch, for obvious reasons. It is Facebook-esque. Those topic threads.
Oh God. Yeah, I thought it was just funny. No, you just straight up got me.
It is funny. But the Bills also picked their uniform, and so the Bengals were literally forced to wear their away whites. I mean, I don't think they were forced to wear white out uniforms, but it is what it is, and they had the right to choose that.
Funny. It's just funny. But yeah, the Bengals bought the Bills. And then Eli Apple took to Twitter.
Yeah.
It was a menace.
It's really a shame because the Bengals are the Bengals are way more likable than they should be as a fan of a rival team.
Yeah.
But Eli Apple makes it so hard.
Bro, dude.
Well, you can't make fun of Damar Hamlin.
Dude,
I
made fun of Damar Hamlin. And then one of the guys you don't make fun of Damar Hamlin, I'm gonna rough you up. And then Eli's like, too bad you didn't have that same energy on the field. I'm like, bro, you can't say that. You can't fucking say that. You ever stop.
But that's always been what he does. And
he does,
the thing is, like I was talking about it earlier, I almost feel bad for Cincinnati fans having to defend him because it's the kind of thing where, like, when he's on your team, you want to defend him. You want to back him up. You want to just have fun that he's talking shit. The second he leaves Cincinnati, he's going to go on the same tirade he went on after leaving New York, after leaving New Orleans, after traveling to like every away city he's been to, he shat on in some way. Like, he just hates it everywhere. Yeah. And the second he leaves, Cincinnati fans are going to feel the same thing.
Yeah. I mean,
right? Like,
I saw a stat though that's like, he's a really good regular season corner, but he's not really put against anyone
he's not
good. And
I wouldn't say really good. I just want to put it there, but yeah,
like 30 to 50 yards a game most times, and it's like in the playoffs, he's absolute dog shit. Like,
he's also not that good in the regular season. The difference is he's not usually put on the number ones, and in the regular season
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like he's not put on the number ones, and let me see if I can.
And his big weakness is so easily exploitable on the big stage, which is he's hyper aggressive, right? He gets penalized a lot because he's really handsy. He jumps on any kind of move, so he gets beat by double moves every time. And you see it on every big stage when he gets, quote unquote cooked. It's because he jumps on a double move and he gets left 20 yards in the dust.
Bro, there's literally a fucking clip of him biting on a fucking double move.
Yeah, no, every time.
Dude,
every time.
And it wasn't even that good of a double move. It was clear he wasn't going to stop it.
I mean,
clearly it was a curl.
He got absolutely cooked by, was it Duvernay in that Ravens game? Like, how? It's Devin Duvernay. He's like not even a receiver. Like,
dude, he's a wannabe Trayvon Diggs, bro.
He's fine at pure coverage skills, but he always has been.
Yeah.
Right? He has always been way too aggressive, and somehow all these years in the NFL, he hasn't learned. Like, all this time, he hasn't learned. He's just like run hiding to his mom to fight on Twitter for him when, like, the fans are being mean to me because I suck at football. It's frustrating because it would be one thing if he was just like a struggling player and was like working on it. It's another thing when he's a total dick to literally everyone, and he never really shows concrete improvement.
And he doesn't take any accountability for his shit.
Bengals. I'm gonna put this out there too. The Bengals defensive coordinator is really good and does a good job at, like, giving him help, hiding his weaknesses here and there, because he has decent pure coverage skills. The problem is he's never quite graduated college as a cornerback, right? And in the playoffs, when teams know what they're attacking, that's why he always sucks on the big stages, is because teams know that they can get him to bite at anything. And so they just run stuff his way. Or, Cooper Kupp embarrasses him with a fade in the end zone, but that's just for fun. That's also Cooper Kupp. You can't really hold that against him.
Yeah. Dude, he's been in the league for 7 years, and he's
somehow... No, he was picked by the GM before Dave Gettleman for the Giants.
Dude, I would totally assume that was a Dave Gettleman pick, though.
You would think.
Picked 10th?
Yeah. One pick before Hargraves, I think. Or was it one after?
No, it was one before Hargraves.
Hargraves also was a bust, to be clear.
Yeah, you could have had...
Who was the guy picked right before Apple?
Leonard Floyd?
Maybe a few picks before that.
Buckner, Ronnie Stanley, Jalen Ramsey, Ezekiel Elliott, Joey Bosa, Carson Wentz, Jared Goff.
Maybe it was Ramsey. That draft, I remember there was someone that Jerry Reese was going after, like, kind of specifically. And then he came off the board like a couple picks before, or the pick before. It might have been Floyd. And he just, like, kind of panic picked Apple as the next, like, cornerback. Because I don't know if he was drafting by position or something.
Sheldon Rankins.
Yeah, but Laramie Tunsil had the weed thing.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest.
Clearly, at least 12 NFL teams cared.
The dude he was supposed to be weed since college.
That we don't know if that's true. But he was like a clear consensus, like, top 3 pick. before that video came out, among like other
Yes, I
things.
know,
And the Giants are one of the organizations that will not touch that. There's a reason they didn't draft Micah Parsons. Like, ownership would not sign off on that. So I don't care what arguments there are about not picking Tunsil, they never would have. Regardless of the scandal being like bullshit and just used as a tool in the whole Ole Miss, Mississippi State, paying players thing. Like, the Giants as an organization, along with many NFL organizations, like, wouldn't have touched him in the first round after that.
You know who was also in that draft?
Go for it.
Xavier Howard.
Yeah, but he wasn't that high of a prospect compared to these other guys.
Just looking it back in retrospect, like, that's just bad.
I mean, I can't be that mad about the pick because he was always supposed to be raw with good instincts, really good. He has really good like testing numbers, like physical ability type stuff. But he was just really aggressive, and theoretically that was something the coaches were supposed to fix. I don't know if you are aware of what the Giants defense looked like with the exception of like 2016, but the Giants defensive coaches were
awful.
To put it lightly, not good.
Dog shit. You know who was also in that draft?
Go for it.
Best linebacker in the league, Jalen Smith.
Yeah. He fell to the second round because of injury, right? Whoa, that was loud.
Sorry.
I just went, woo! Yeah. Anyway.
Chris Jones, there
was another game played.
Derrick Henry was picked in the second.
Yeah, you didn't know that? He also didn't play for 3 years in the NFL. Did you forget that as well? Yes. I remember I loved him coming out of college, and I kept wondering why the Titans never fucking played him. Then he finally got a chance, and he's been Derrick Henry ever since. But they legitimately just did not play him much.
I mean, 15 games, 2 started, 16 games, 2
started. 2 started. Yeah, he'd get a couple carries, but he didn't get, significant playing time.
Yeah, he got 110 carries, 176, 215, and then 378, 219, and 249.
The 215 also, I think those were mostly in the second half of that season. Because once he got his shot, he was a workhorse.
Wait, wasn't that the one where he completely went off against the Texans? Or was
probably
it
not. That was probably later.
Jags? Or was the
I'm pretty sure that was later on.
Because he ran for a 99-yard touchdown one.
Yeah, no, that was after he'd already emerged, though.
That was in 2019, then?
I don't know about 2019, but either way, there was another game played this weekend.
Oh, yeah. San Fran 49ers. Let's fucking go. We took a dub. I'm very happy. Scooter Magruder can hold these because did you see the urinating tree video where it's just Scooter Magruder saying there's no way we lose this game, we're going to the NFC Championship, this is our year, and it's just him saying that while the Cowboys' demise just slowly comes upon the screen. I fucking love urinating tree for that. But the Niners won, the Cowboys lost, and Micah Parsons took to Twitter like a bitch. Not really like a bitch. I still like Micah Parsons, but the dude kind of was I don't even know. The dude was just kind of a dick on Twitter. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was Instagram. I don't remember. He Debo or Ayuk posted something and he said something on Twitter, and it's dog, it's not that serious. Please, we get you lost.
The only things I saw from Micah Parsons were not that bad. So I'm.
Well, no, it wasn't. Hold up, let me figure it out. He wasn't a total dick, but hold up, let me go to Micah.
I really didn't think anything he said was terribly bad.
Maybe it wasn't Micah Parsons. Maybe it wasn't Twitter then. Maybe it was Instagram. I don't actually know.
Would have been the 22nd or later.
I think.
I don't see.
I think it was Instagram.
Anything.
hold up. Let me search Twitter for it. Micah.
Also, to Parsons' credit, he never really says anything particularly bad.
No, it was just like. Yeah, well, okay, it was kind of deserved. So Devo trolled him on Instagram, and Micah Parsons was like, "Hold up, what's the quote? Hold up, let me figure out the quote." So, oh god, it's like dying outside.
Oh yeah,
so
Devo took a shot at.
Entitled his post,
Yeah.
"Don't Poke the Bear" on the second slide. He showed up pictures with Parsons with his comments from earlier in the week when he said, "This is who I wanted." And then Parsons saw same was supposed to respond on Sunday night, lol, saying, "Lol, what did you do today, fam? Lol, but congrats on the win, but don't put me in this weak ass slide."
He's not wrong.
I thought that was really funny, just because it's just so fucking funny. But yeah,
Yeah, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but I mean,
at all.
You did not want the Niners. I'm sorry. Like, no.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. No.
Look at how Brock Purdy played that game.
My God, brother.
The Cowboys' defense did its job and did it well.
Okay, so are we not going to talk about how you said during the game Brock Purdy played decent in the first half for playing against the Cowboys defense?
Yeah, for playing against the Cowboys defense.
Exactly.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that the Cowboys defense didn't play well.
No, the Cowboys defense played damn well. But Purdy had 214 yards, 19 for 29. That's not that bad. He had no touchdowns.
They held the Niners to less than 20 points. Okay. As the Cowboys going into that against the Niners offense with all of those playmakers, that is the goal. And they passed with flying colors.
Part of that was because they held McCaffrey to under, what is it, like 75 yards?
Your leading rusher was Mitchell with 51. No, McCaffrey had 35 yards.
I'm looking at total.
Total?
McCaffrey yardage. If McCaffrey has,
he had 57.
Yards, yeah, he had 57. So if McCaffrey has like 70, like 100 or more yards, that'll be a good day for the Niners offense. If McCaffrey
that's one of those.
It's gonna be rough.
That's one of those stats that. Oh my God.
No.
Don't say that.
No, that's not a stat. I'm just saying that's like my opinion on the offense. Like if McCaffrey.
Well, it's just one of those things where the team that rushes for more yards wins the game, kind of thing. Because if they have the lead, they run more.
No, I'm not saying rushing yards. I'm saying in total because McCaffrey's used very well in the receiving game. Like this game he wasn't. But
the Cowboys had more total passing yards than the Niners, taking sack yardage into account. And really, the difference in that game was Dak's 2 interceptions versus the ones that Purdy threw that should have been caught.
But they were bad.
Yeah, and Purdy had 2 really bad ones that were dropped. Like really bad ones.
One of them was
no.
bad.
There were 2. There were 2 really bad ones that were dropped.
Hold up. Calm. Hold. Pause. There was one at the beginning of the game where he threw it to the end zone and it was dropped.
Missed by multiple feet.
Hold up. Calm down.
Yeah.
He wanted Ayuk to run to the end zone. Ayuk stopped mid route. So that's on. I'll put that on Purdy. He should have communicated better. But that's also on Ayuk for not fully running.
That's still a bad miss by him. That doesn't change that fact.
Ayuk was supposed to be running. If Ayuk ran, he would have made it to the end zone.
Prescott has an excuse like that for both of his picks. I guarantee it.
He threw into double coverage with Jimmy Ward and Fred Warner.
And it went.
He threw it to Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward tipped it, and Fred Warner caught the interception. He threw it behind CeeDee Lamb. That was one of them.
Maybe CeeDee Lamb ran his route wrong. Maybe the one that Lenore got on the sideline, he ran his route wrong. The reality is the quarterback has these excuses for a lot of them. They don't just make boneheaded decisions.
You can't say that on that.
Yes, if you can say that for Ayuk.
Behind CD. No, because
and he threw it behind Ayuk.
Because Ayuk he didn't throw behind Ayuk. He threw it in front of Ayuk, and Ayuk didn't keep running. There's a difference between Ayuk not continuing to run and him throwing it behind CeeDee Lamb.
The reality is, they both had at least 2 really bad should-be interceptions. Brock Purdy's were both dropped. Dak's were both caught.
Pause.
And we ended up at 12-19.
Timeout. Dak technically should have had like 3 or 4.
I could argue that by those same criteria, Purdy should have had at least 3.
Well, no, because one of them was dropped, and the other one was a miss pick. So, actually, 2 of them were dropped. Because there was one he threw to Greenlaw, and then when he almost took a safety, he almost threw it right to like whoever was on the sideline.
Ever. All of this to say, the Niners offense did not play nearly as well as they had. The defense did its job, which is what Parsons was saying.
Okay, so
the Cowboys' offense did not do its job, and the Cowboys lost that game. Which Parsons is right.
Did their job.
Yes.
Did their job. And then
Dak also choked.
That matters. Dak always chokes in the playoffs. Though. He always does.
I mean, he played pretty well against the Bucs. But the Bucs defense was also legendarily bad that game.
It's not that.
But still, what I'm saying is you cannot say that Parsons was wrong in anything he said about that game.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Parsons was right. But Brock also missed a couple throws. He could have gotten a pick or two. Dak didn't play well. Like, the Niners ultimately won. That's all I'm saying.
The difference in that game is 2 drops versus 2 catches. That, for a 1-touchdown game, especially when one of those picks literally put the Niners in scoring range, that one of those picks gifted the Niners a touchdown. That literally makes a 7-point difference in the game.
Hold up. Are we not going to act like Dak Prescott almost threw the game away? He did throw the game away, though. But he almost threw the game away by, almost taking a sack if Eric Armstead sacked him. Which I'll say Dak did a great job getting away from Armstead. B, I forget who it was. It was either Jimmy Ward or Dre Greenlaw on the freaking sideline. He basically threw it right to him, but it was like he didn't jump, couldn't catch it. So like that could have had like 3 picks right there.
My point stands. If you want me to go nitpick Purdy, I can do that.
Do it. I want a whole ass video. I want video proof of you nitpicking Purdy. You shit on Purdy every damn week.
I don't shit on him. You tell me I shit on him because I don't say that he's like top 10. I said he had a bad game.
I just think
that doesn't mean that he's a bad quarterback.
I think he played okay.
I don't agree.
I don't. What is 214 yards? Not a bad game. Is that a bad game? I mean, maybe
like
dropped in.
It depends on how you get to those 214 yards. That's what's been the difference in these QB arguments all year. Is there's a big difference between like a Kenny Pickett 214 yards versus like a Kirk Cousins 214 yards. If you're talking about those 2 offenses and the differences between them.
Kenny Pickett
he averages like less than 200 yards a game probably. And yet he played very well this year.
Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't play well, but I'm saying Kirk Cousins is Jay Jettos.
Yeah.
You put Kenny Pickett with Jay Jettos, Kenny Pickett can get him.
Kirk Cousins also has really good offensive play calling.
This is also true.
And a very pass-happy scheme.
Kenny Pickett has...
Yeah, the Steelers have Canada, and they run the ball entirely too much.
Canada's garbage.
But all that to say, like, passing yards are not created equal. The fact that Purdy was, like, averaging 300 yards a game, I think says a decent amount about how much... Like, Purdy had a worse game than he has in the past. Is that not true?
Wait, whoa, when was Purdy averaging 300 yards a game? What the fuck?
I don't think he was actually averaging 300, but I know that he had a few 300-ish games.
Probably. I mean, he had a couple games.
284. Oh, yeah, no, he was sitting at like 200 the whole time. Damn.
Yeah, he was sitting at 200. Yeah, I mean, he had
you hyped him up so much.
The Seattle game, the Seattle game, he had 3. Well, I was hyping him up because of the touchdowns, but he had 332 yards against Seattle, and I'm pretty sure that might have been his only 300-yard game.
Yeah, it was. And then Raiders was 284 in overtime.
Yep. But I was hyping him up because he got touchdowns, and that mattered. But he didn't get any touchdowns this game, so like, yeah. He played okay in my eyes, but he played good enough to win. That's all I care about. All right.
I don't think he was horrible, but it definitely wasn't a good game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they won on the backs of their defense and the Cowboys' defense, not doing things.
And Robbie Gould.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you that. Although Brett Maher also made 2 field goals, did he not? Oh, well, Gould made 4.
Dog, Brett Maher missed an extra point because he kicked it too low and it got blocked. Please.
Yeah, no, but my point is he still scored half the Cowboys' points.
Bro, not only did you miss another goddamn extra point. The only extra point he kicked in this game, but he lost.
And my favorite was did you see the cycle of things where it was like, oh my god, he missed again. Oh wait, never mind, this one was blocked. This is actually not on him. Oh, holy shit, he missed so bad that it blocked itself.
Oh my god, I love it so much. Fuck Brett Maher. Brett Maher, stand on my goddamn packs. I swear to God. If you, I'm gonna roll fucking playoff training tomorrow. If you are in my packs, I'm going to curse you out.
I have literally not gotten a playoff player other than him or Stout in the last like 10 rerolls. So I just stopped doing them.
What do you mean? Wait, you only got Maher and Stout?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 10 times in a row. So I just stopped.
Yeah, it's bad. It's so bad. I'm not.
All right.
Fuck, I'm not right. All right, let's talk about some controversial and interesting awards. Oh, you added some awards.
I added the finalists for all of the awards.
Okay.
Because you had listed all of the awards.
Yeah.
Like
okay,
up here,
so yeah.
you had already put these here, so I just put all the finalists.
For these, I had these all make sense, so I was going to go over them, but we can go over them as well. We can go over them. Fuck it. For let's start off with Coach of the Year. There's actually more. There's actually
no, it's not more. They clarified afterwards.
Wait.
They announced 5 and then clarified that there were 3 finalists.
Wait, when the fuck did they do that? Wait, where did they?
Like right afterwards.
Really?
Yes. And the 3 finalists are Dable, Shanahan, and Peterson. Sirianni and McDermott were like 4 and 5 in some order.
Wait, it says that Sean McDermott and
here, let me find it for you. But I promise you that is correct.
Oh, people are saying he's not, but
I promise you. Here. Per the AP, Brian Dable, Kyle Shanahan, and Doug Peterson are the final 3. And I'll send you the link. Yep. Either way, like, those are the 3. And so the argument to me is between Dable and Shanahan.
Oh, 100%.
I don't see an argument that Peterson has over Dable, to be completely honest.
And to be honest,
okay, cool. I mean, Dable had a worse roster, won as many games with fewer losses in the best division instead of the worst division.
Yeah.
Right. And especially if this is a regular season award, like, sure, you could say that the Giants lost to the Eagles really badly. Mm-hmm. This was voted on after week 18. Mm-hmm. Right. I don't know.
I can see for Dable. Again, I told Jack when I first heard that Shanahan was the coach of the year that he wasn't going to win it. But as I'm
pretty sure Shanahan is the odds-on favorite.
Yeah, but as I'm thinking, like, Shanahan, what he did this year, he lost his starting quarterback in week 2. Jimmy comes in, we win a couple games, we lose him in the Dolphins game, and then, we win 7-8 with Purdy.
The difference to me is it depends on your individual criteria for it. So a lot of people see it as who improved their team the most, right? So in that case, you have the Dables, you have the Petersons, you have the Pete Carrolls of the world, where this is a team that's way overperforming what you should. Or you have the good teams and the coaches that did impressive things with these teams. Like Shanahan's offense is way up there. Andy Reid, even though he wasn't a finalist, probably should be every year if those are your criteria, right? I mean, you're talking about McDermott was a finalist. Sirianni was, among the 5. Kevin O'Connell probably should have been considered, even though there's the argument to be made that the Vikings were not as good as their record. Mm-hmm. And so Shanahan is the runaway winner if your criteria is like coach of a good team. If your criteria is way outperforming expectations, I think it's Dable.
Yeah. And
the problem is the winner of the award is so inconsistent year over year, where I can't really tell which way they're going. Like, I would pick Dable because I like the improvement side of it, but I think it goes to Shanahan, and it's well-deserved if it does.
Why did the Bills tweet out Sean McDermott named the finalist for 2022 AP Coach of the Year?
Because the NFL listed the 5, and then the AP clarified the 3.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So, like, I think officially he's a finalist, but the AP listed like 3 finalists, and the NFL counted a full 5. I don't know.
Okay, I'll take that.
But yeah, if it's Dable or Shanahan, I could not be mad.
Yeah, I'm not mad if it's Shanahan. I'll take Shanahan, man.
I mean, he deserves it.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like,
100%.
There are a good few coaches this year that do. Like, I'm shocked Pete Carroll wasn't in that final 5.
Oh yeah, like dude, he coached that fucking team to a
Yeah,
wild
I
card
mean,
berth, and they were looking good in that first half. Literally, one play ruined that game for
they
them. Like,
were
that fumble
they
ruined
were
that game.
well, they were also like for the first half of the season, one of the better teams
Yeah,
in
like they were
football.
looking
They
amazing.
fell off hard, but like
Yeah,
Gino was playing at a top 3 level for a bit of the season. It was insane.
yeah. Oh my god, wait a minute. The wild card game signified their season. They were
Yeah,
amazing in the first half and then fell
and then
flaming hard off in
all
the second. That's awesome. I fucking love
right,
that. All right,
assistant coach of the
assistant
year.
coach of the year. So we have Ben Johnson,
Yep,
the Lions, D'Amico Ryans, the defensive coordinator for the Niners, and Shane Steichen, I believe, for the Eagles.
offensive coordinator for the Eagles. So
Uh,
you want to give your thoughts on this before I or do you even have thoughts on this one?
Again, I don't know much about Ben Johnson and Shane Steichen. I'm happy that D'Amico Ryans is part of it, but the dude has one of the most stacked defenses in the NFL. Like he's inheriting what Saleh basically gave him. I don't. Yes, he did good coaching them, and yes, he's very passionate about the team, and he loves this goddamn team. But again, he has one of the best. He is probably the best talent-wise defense in the league.
I think
Like
the order that we read them is the order that they should finish in.
yeah.
So in reverse order, Shane Steichen, it's the same argument you just made with Ryans, except he's not even that good of a play caller. Like the Eagles' play calling hasn't been that good this whole season. They've won like purely on the backs of how insanely talented that team is on offense. And he's their offensive coordinator. And like he's getting head coaching looks and stuff, which happens when you're involved with that good of an offense, but it's not like this is an Andy Reid coach team. It's not like this is a Shanahan system coach team where the offensive scheme has value. Like the play calling wasn't that good this year for the Eagles, which is the strange part. But, still good offense. OC has something to do with that on the coaching side of things too. So I'm not mad at him being named here. I would be mad if he won it. For Ryans, yes, he has a really stacked defense, but they also dealt with injuries for a good amount of the year and played well enough to stay in the conversation and ended up being the number one scoring defense, right?
Yep.
I mean, you know that as well as any, the injuries they went through.
Yep.
And the reality is, if it was that easy to run that kind of defense, other teams would do it just as well as they do. If you're talking about the Rams, I mean, they have Bobby Wagner and Jalen Ramsey who, despite the way that they're looked at, are still Bobby Wagner and Jalen Ramsey. So theoretically, it shouldn't be terribly hard to execute a similar defense, especially when you have Aaron Donald up front.
Yeah, like Aaron Donald is like Nick Bosa, Bobby Wagner's Fred Warner, and Jalen Ramsey is better than Trevor Ward. So much better. Like that's not a question. like
if it was really easy to do D'Amico Ryans' job, A, he wouldn't be getting all of these head coaching looks.
Yep.
And B, other teams would be doing it just as well. Mm-hmm. Right? So clearly he's still doing something well. The thing with Ben Johnson, though, is who really thought this Lions offense was going to do this? Like, he is genuinely, after one season, he was the favorite for, every head coach opening. Like, the Lions gave him a fat check to stay in Detroit for another year, to, keep on building what they've started kind of thing. But it takes a really good OC to do that much with that team, first of all.
Jared Goff,
and second of all,
like a goddamn god for a short term.
I mean, I don't know about like a god, but he had remarkable numbers.
The dude was playing like a top 10 quarterback. Like, bro.
Yeah.
He hadn't done that
this
since
year,
McVay.
Yes. And even with McVay, it's the kind of thing where Jared Goff he's very able to run the offense he's in, right?
Yep.
So he did it with McVay to a lesser extent, but Johnson, man, he coordinated the hell out of that Lions team. He's in one season, he asserted himself. Well, Jamal Williams was the king of 1-yard touchdowns. Yeah. He didn't have that great of a season, objectively.
But he still got them touchdowns, though.
And he's still, the most fun player in football.
Dude, I fucking love that dude. I said that last week. I fucking love that. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome. But, Ben Johnson has, in one season, become, one of the most respected offensive guys in football. Highly sought after. Every team would hire him if they could, to some role in their staff.
Yep.
He has become the guy And he was that guy after like 5 weeks. Like, it's insane what he did this year.
Yeah.
He should run away with it. If
that defense played anywhere near a mid-level defense,
especially early in the season,
that record would be a lot different. I'm telling you that much.
Oh yeah,
that record would be so much different.
All right, MVP.
MVP: Mahomes, Hurts, Jefferson, Allen, and Burrow. I'm happy Justin Jefferson is in the conversation, but it's fucking Mahomes, man. Like, there's no other option. Who they really put there? Who?
No one. No one. I mean, Eagles fans would say Hurts, but fuck that. No, Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill and put up the best season of his career.
Yeah, like
of an already incredible career
with Kadarius Toney. Sorry.
Oh, what? 170 yards
and 2 TDs.
Hey, look, that makes all the difference when you're above 5K. But yeah, Mahomes by a landslide. If it's not unanimous, it would be for the same reason he wasn't the first team All-Pro quarterback, which is because one of the like 50 voters that voted for it, it just has like a hate boner for him.
A fucking like, dude, the freaking person who doesn't vote for him is a goddamn like hater, bro. He's just a hater. He's
probably a Bills fan. He's just sitting there voting, going, 13 seconds, 13 seconds.
That or a Pats fan, because they did. No, wait, the Pats own them. Never mind. Sorry, never mind.
That or a Niners fan?
Hey, hold up, dog. Hold up. I don't think but Niner fan would definitely go that far. 49ers.
You would. I don't think. I honestly don't think a Niners writer would go that far.
I actually wouldn't. Like, I know I shit on Mahomes a lot, but he is the best quarterback in the league, and
you gotta respect him.
Like, I can't. I got to. You know what I mean? Like, I can't.
It's the kind of thing where like
I can hate him all I want. He's the best quarterback in the league, and is going to be for the next 10 years.
I can't even hate him. Like, he's a level of good and a level of fun to watch that, like, if I'm not rooting for anyone else, I almost idly root for the Chiefs. At least until they win, like, at least until they become kind of a dynasty.
Yeah.
Not even the Pats. Like, even if they win like 2, maybe it'll take a 3rd Super Bowl. But if they won it this year, maybe I'd start to get tired of how good they are. But like, they're just so fun to watch that like I almost root for them still. Like, it's insane how good he is.
Bro, I don't think people realize when I was watching the Super Bowl in 2019 and we were up by 10, I was praying to God our offense went up by like 30 because there was I knew just some way
you're always in danger.
Bro, I knew because did you see the other 2 or 3 games? What the fuck?
You literally cannot.
They came back from 25 plus point comebacks.
If he's on his game, you cannot stop him.
Literally,
because if you stop him as a passer, he will still run all over you.
Yes.
And if you dedicate anything to stopping the run, he will pass all over you all day. Like, you can only slow him down so much. You cannot stop him.
My team.
Everyone does.
Oh, 100%. Who the fuck wouldn't take Mahomes?
Even Bengals fans. Like, I know people are trying to push Burrow versus Mahomes. Mahomes is still the clear number 1 until...
Yeah.
Like, Burrow needs another 2 years of resume.
Yeah.
To approach Mahomes' level.
He needs at least 1 MVP in the next.
Yeah.
At least in the next year.
But he can't win that if Mahomes is still Mahomes.
Oh, 100%. He's not
That's the problem.
He can pass for like 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, and he's still gonna lose to Mahomes. Like, come on now.
Burrow may well be QB2 right now.
Oh, probably.
But the gap between him and Allen for 3 is like at least twice the size of the gap between Burrow and Mahomes for 1.
Yeah.
Like, he's way too good. Kind of unfair.
Yo, can somebody
get
the patch to nerf him, please? I'm sick and tired of it.
Madden would increase his AP. Like yesterday.
Yes. Fuck.
Anyway, offensive player of the year.
Offensive player of the year, we have Hurts, Jefferson, Mahomes, and Hill. Why isn't Burrow there? Why?
I don't know, but I don't think Mahomes wins this because they rarely pick both for the same award, right?
Yeah, so they basically swapped out Hill for Burrow.
And Allen. No Allen.
No Allen, no Burrow, and Hill's in there now. Jay Jettas. Fuck it. I don't
So
want QB to win that shit. Fuck that.
I want it to be Jefferson. I think it's going to end up being Hurts, even though I know Eagles fans like to go with the voters hate us, or everybody hates us, or it's rigged against us kind of thing.
Hurts is going to get it, but I want JJ.
I think it's going to be Hurts.
JJ deserves it.
Dalton Burrow is not an offensive player of the year candidate, unfortunately. So it's Jefferson then. There's your LSU guy.
Justin. Defensive player of the year. Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons, and Chris Jones.
I'm going to immediately say Chris Jones isn't winning it.
No. Fuck no. It's Bosa or Parsons, and I gotta say, I know I'm a biased Niner fan. It has to go to Bosa.
Here's the thing. Who had more sacks in the regular season?
Bosa.
Exactly. That award, 9 times out of 10, boils down to the more sacks award. Regardless of what you think.
Unless Aaron Donald.
Well, even Aaron Donald had like 20 sacks in a year.
No, yeah, but he's in the conversation every year, even not with the most sacks.
Oh yeah, well he deserves to be, and he's asserted himself as that. Yo, but it's still Dalton, 9 times out of 10. You, bro.
Dalton, I'll fight you.
It's almost certainly going to Bosa unless proven otherwise, regardless of your opinion between the two, which it is way closer than you'd probably want to admit as a Niners fan.
Oh no,
and way closer than Cowboys fans would want to admit as Parsons fans. But
it's close, but I'd give it to Bosa. To be honest.
It probably goes to Bosa on the sack numbers alone. Like that will end up making the difference with the voters, whether it should or not. I don't know. I might take Parsons as a complete player, but I think Bosa deserves the award with the way that the award is voted on.
I'll take Bosa as the edge rusher. If you're rushing the passer, I'll take Bosa. If you're taking a pure pass rusher, if you're talking about all around, fuck it, give it to Parsons. Like give it. But it's never all around. You're never gonna see like a DB winning it much. No. Who's like.
Fred Warner would make a great argument for it literally any year he plays football. Is he ever going to win it? Fuck no.
Fuck no. As long as, dude, if Bosa plays out of his mind every year, he's not fucking winning it. Like, yeah, that facts, Dalton. That's basically all they vote for. It's just sacks. Why do you think TJ Watt won it last? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. It's a joke. It's a joke.
I'm not. Jack. No, hold on. I'm not. Myles Garrett was the better player last year. What I was going to say is TJ Watt was not the better player last year, and that I fully agree that he won it because of the sack record. And I'm pretty sure I said this last year. I love TJ Watt. Myles Garrett was better last year.
That's what.
No, that's why I was like, no, I'm good. Myles Garrett absolutely was the better player last year. But TJ Watt also, the way the award is voted on, he got way more than the most sack. Like he should have beaten the record if the scorekeeper didn't I don't even know why they didn't count that other one. I mean, I know why, but he should have broken the sack record. So of course he's going to win the award.
Yeah.
All right, comeback player of the year.
Player of the year, it's Geno, Saquon, CMC. Two of those guys technically aren't even comeback. Technically. I mean comebacks isn't injuries, because Jack said Saquon wasn't injured before, like when we were talking about this.
He played most of last season.
And Geno definitely wasn't fucking hurt. The dude just played like ass cheeks for the Jets and didn't get a chance until this year. If we're talking about injuries, though, there's someone that should be there that isn't. Jack, you want to go ahead? And talk?
I mean,
no, don't fuck up. It's not Geno.
I objectively think that it should be Nick Gates for the same reason Alex Smith won it in 2021 for the 2020 season.
Yeah.
Because it's the same injury. He came back sooner. He played more games at a higher level.
Yep.
Right. Which, by the way, in doing research for this, I found out that Alex Smith's career stats are remarkably similar to Daniel Jones's career stats. Obviously, Alex Smith's career was 4 times longer than Daniel Jones's so far. Weird to me.
Yeah.
Yards per game, touchdowns per game, the basic box score stats. Yards per game, touchdowns per game, they both had 1.1. Interceptions per game, they both had 0.6. Shockingly similar. I think yards was within 6 yards per game.
Dalton, I believe so, but Geno technically didn't. He didn't play last year, or he
award
played 2 games.
The criteria changes every year. I hate this award for that reason.
So, Dalton,
Because
what
it's
about
so unclear what it's
CMC?
supposed to be, and it changes every year. CMC wouldn't be on this list if he was still on the Panthers.
Oh,
Let's make
definitely
this
not.
very
No,
clear.
he's only on there because he played for the Niners, and he played
So
really well for the Niners. I gotta say, but
personally, I think this award should be coming back from some sort of hardship, and I think that the three finalists should have been Nick Gates, should have been Brandon Graham for coming off a torn Achilles and still having double-digit sacks, and should have been Brian Robinson. I don't care if he didn't play last year; he got shot, and he still played the majority of the football season. Right? Like, well, no, am I wrong?
He did get shot, but the way you just said that, just fucking straight face point blank. He got shot. Like that just.
Am I wrong?
You're
Like to me, those, because that's the way that I see
my
the award.
God.
I see it as the came back from some sort of significant hardship award and played football well in all three of those cases. They weren't bums when they came back. They were good players,
Yeah.
and they came back from serious shit. And they came back admirably. They came back quickly.
Didn't Brian Robinson play like the next fucking game or some shit? Like,
No, he missed like a month. But
did he? Hold up.
yeah, he missed a good bit. He might have come back in like week 6. I don't know. I don't really care that much about the Commanders, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah, who the fuck does?
But if you're talking about coming back from like
five, came back
week 5, okay.
Week 5.
But if you're talking about coming back from like poor seasons, okay, yeah, Gino came back from the depths of backup hell and played at a really high level for like half the season, and still a starting caliber level for the other half of the season. Saquon and McCaffrey came back from not great seasons and from battling injuries and running hurt to having really good years this year. That is true. I just don't like that that's the award. With these candidates, I'd probably take McCaffrey.
I'd take
But-
Saquon. Fuck it.
But also, like, Saquon looked like Saquon again for the first time in like 3 years. So, you know, homer bias, sure, I'll take Saquon, but
Homer bias. I'll take.
Actually,
McCaffrey, but realistically,
fuck
I'll take
it.
Saquon.
no, I'll ditch the whole injury thing with the way the finalists are, and I'll say Gino for fun with homer bias for Saquon. Just because Gino hasn't played quarterback like at all for a while, and thinking about McAdoo being his last chance as a starter in like 2017 is hilarious.
Let's. Fuck. Shit. Hold up. Let me just.
And Gino played well this year. That
Gino, played. He didn't start since last season, but he only started 3 games and was 1-2. Before that, he didn't start since 2017.
Yeah.
The Giants were
Last-
0-1. And then
last season he
Jets were
started when Wilson like broke his finger, but Wilson came back too
Yeah.
early from that injury and sucked,
Yeah,
and was
this
still
is
considered
true.
better than Gino.
This is true.
But before that, his last start was in 2017 with the Giants,
He
right?
He had a 1-2 record. He passed for 702 yards.
I watched him in person.
Interception. He didn't even play bad.
I watched him in person.
What the fuck?
I went to Steelers Seahawks last year, and
Oh. Yeah, he is. Like, other than like week 2 versus San Fran, he didn't play like he played damn well in the first half. Other than week 2 versus San Fran, because he didn't score a single touchdown, like at all, and their offense sucked. All right, we're gonna go on to a controversial one. Jack, I already know who you're gonna pick for this. We have Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now, as Brock Purdy is a part of it, I will not be picking Brock Purdy.
thank fuck.
If he played like 10 games.
Yeah, if he crossed the half the season mark,
If
I
he
would be
crossed
okay with
half
it.
the season mark, fuck it. Give it to Purdy. If he wins it, fuck it. I'll take it as a Niner fan. Do I think he deserves it? Probably not. Not right now, because he didn't play half the season. But I'd give it to Garrett Wilson.
Yep, I agree.
Kenneth Walker, like I know I picked Kenneth Walker for my like predictions a couple weeks ago, but I mean the dude basically was handed the ball every damn play, so like whatever. And the only reason why
Kenneth
he got
Walker-
his shot, what?
No, go ahead.
The only reason why he got his shot is because Rashad Penny got injured.
Yeah.
Also, like
That shouldn't
he's not playing.
discount how he played though. But
Oh no,
he also
but I'm just saying, like
he was
like
not the best rookie running back.
no.
Which, well, also
Or Dameon
Algier
Pierce.
for the Falcons was really good this year and flew under the radar. Pierce, I don't think he was probably similar to, if not.
Pierce was good for like the first couple of games. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah.
I just remember hearing him a shit ton the first couple of games. I don't know if that.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of hype for him coming out of school. But Walker, as weird as it sounds, because as a Giants fan, I'm obviously meant to hype up Saquon. Across a full season, Walker and Saquon actually graded out pretty similarly and both below average.
What do you mean by below average? Like below their normal or like below
below league average for running backs? For like rush yards over expected, any ways to try to separate running back performance from O-line performance.
Got it.
And Saquon for about half the season was not good this year. I mean, I talked about how the Giants changed to like quick game passing instead of the run, or became a passing only team towards the end of the season, because after like week 7, the Giants were a bad handoff team.
Yep. Like
Saquon had some rushing yards, but they were not productive handing the ball off. And so Saquon really did not have that good of a season.
The Vikings.
Even the Viking game, it was productive because it was low volume. When teams knew the Giants were running, the Giants were not good at running.
Well, because the Giants don't have that good of an O-line.
No, they have the 30th ranked O-line in football.
Other than Andrew Thomas and Nick Gates and sometimes Neal.
Well, Nick Gates also didn't play much. Yeah. He was in a rotation at left guard.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Well, I mean, like when he played, but like, you know.
But still, Andrew Thomas, if Andrew Thomas wasn't enough to make the line overall higher than the 30th best, the line isn't good.
Yep.
But still, even when you try to separate the line from anything else, like Saquon was not a very efficient runner for most of this year. Mm-hmm. And part of that is how much he was used. And that's also true for Kenneth Walker. But that doesn't stop guys like Nick Chubb from having really good efficiency numbers. Right?
Or Derrick Henry?
I actually don't know what his look like, but probably.
I feel like Derrick Henry just has like good rushing stats all around.
He probably does, because he probably breaks more tackles on one play than some guys do in a whole game. But with that said, my finalists would be Wilson, Olave, and probably Algier, just because I like him. But I'm not terribly mad at Walker, because I get that rushing yards is a thing that people pay attention to. And probably deservedly so, because being able to get a lot of carries is valuable. But I'd take Wilson to win it easily. I don't think there's much competition for that, but I would have loved to see Olave on the list. Purdy for me would make it if he played more. I want to make that very clear. Yeah. This is not an I hate Purdy. This is just I think you should play more than like
I
6 and change games.
Even I'm saying like I can't give it to him. Like I can't.
Yeah.
Did I say Purdy was gonna wait? Hold up. What did I have?
No, you said you would be happy if he did, but that he wasn't gonna win it.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, I don't.
And especially because if this was voted on after the playoffs and the Niners like win this weekend, that would be another thing. But the fact that it's already voted on, dude, I don't think you can give it to him.
If the Niners win this weekend and Purdy doesn't play good, I still don't think it would change.
Well, you know, winning games gets attributed to quarterbacks more often than not.
Yeah, but it's not a quarterback. It's not a what? Whatever. It shouldn't be a quarterback win stat, but yeah. Or it shouldn't be a quarterback stat, but yeah. No, I'm saying that, bro. I'm saying that. Dude, I'm saying that with Purdy. It shouldn't be. He's 7-0 right now. He's 8-0, whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know anymore. Whatever. Jack, are you good?
I'm not laughing at you, I promise.
What did Dalton do?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Oh no, Dalton.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, we've got Sauce, Aiden Hutchinson, and Tariq Woolen.
And I think it has to be Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, I
wouldn't be mad if it was given to Hutch. It's Sauce Gardner.
Sauce might be the best corner in football. As a rookie. That doesn't happen.
Yeah. That's kind of nuts.
I hear you have a slideshow.
I do have a slideshow. Would you like to see it?
I would love to.
All right, All right, we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna have to change it on here. So we're gonna go that. It's gonna be dark for a minute for everyone else. There's that.
Ooh.
Done. And then we're gonna share it on Discord. Okay. So, welcome to the slideshow. It is white. Yes. You see white?
Wow.
You see the white?
I do.
Alright, cool. Yes! The current NFL player. By Alex.
Hi, Alex. Okay.
Do you know who this is, Jack?
Fuck you.
Do you know what this is, Jack?
I'm gonna fucking leave. Fuck you.
Dude, oh my god. I'm so sorry. I just had to...
I'm going to get up and I'm going to leave.
Sorry. Dude, this is why you shouldn't let me charge of this shit. Player number 1.
You are a sick individual.
These are the years he played, 2010 to the current year, 2022.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, next one. These are his ages. He was 24 to 36. These are his teams.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna let you read them teams. I'm so happy I did that.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no, don't. What did you do?
Oh no.
Do you want me to move on?
Why am I?
To the next one?
Yeah, dude, give me one more.
Quarterback.
Oh.
You know what it is, Jack?
I think he may have beaten the Seahawks in both 2020 and 2021.
Okay. Dalton, do you know who this is? Let's get Dalton the chance.
I think he might go by the initial CMC.
What? Oh.
Is it not?
Oh. What's it? Well, say the name.
Colt McCoy.
Yeah, Colt McCoy, baby.
I just wanted to say the CMC thing to annoy you.
There's him in a Giants uniform. Yo, I find incredible disrespect to that CMC thing.
Sucks.
CMC's on my team. And do you like that picture of him? I found that.
He almost reminds me of Jason Garrett in that picture, and I don't like that.
Why are his eyes lopsided?
Okay.
All right. Here are the years that he played.
Okay.
These
Give
are
me.
his ages. These are his teams.
Okay. Oh, Cordero.
Yeah, Cordero. Look at that. AP2, AP1 Pro Bowl, AP2.
Yeah,
AP1 Pro Bowl, AP2.
he's a ridiculously good returner. Always has been.
Offensive rookie of the. You must want offensive rookie of the year. Shit.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl. 2010's Hall of Fame team deserved.
Most improved
player. Oh shit.
I guess because he got moved to running back and actually played well.
Yo, Jack.
I put him in horny jail.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Cordero Patterson. These are
all right.
on kick returns. I hope you. Oh, there's him on kick returns.
Beautiful.
The Bears, and there's him on the Bears. All right. Anyway.
Aren't both important? Okay.
Here, I fucked.
Wow. We started off.
I fucked it.
Well,
just guess it.
I'm assuming it's Julio Jones.
It is Julio Jones. I fucked it.
Okay.
I want to know who is above him in the. I'm guessing these were Antonio Brown.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Like, it has to be, right? Like 100%.
Yeah.
There's no way it's
Oh no.
I like that hairdo. I really like that hairdo. I like it a lot. It is Julio
Richie
Jones.
James looking ass.
Very true. Yo, Julio Jones is just Richie James in a disguise.
All Richie James. Always has been.
Oh,
all right. Give me more. What the shit?
You want more?
I think I do.
I was hoping May would be here.
Oh,
May is not here.
yeah. Is this Slater?
This is Slater. Dude, look at that. Pro Bowl, Pro Bowl, Pro Bowl, Pro Bowl, Pro Bowl.
Yeah, well, it
AP
says a
first team
special
Pro Bowl,
teamer.
AP2 Pro Bowl. AP first team Pro Bowl, AP2 Pro Bowl, AP2 Pro Bowl. The dude, like, what? Like, dog. The dude's elite. Do you think it's
I had. I don't know if any other special teamers are, but he is certainly a Hall of Fame caliber special teamer.
Like, bro, look, he's a 10-time Pro Bowl.
Like, I don't know if a gunner gets in the Hall of Fame, but if they do, he should. I didn't know he came in 2008, though. That's why I was waiting for the position.
Dude, when I was.
Because I knew he was old.
Yeah, he's old as shit. He is hella old. All right, yeah, Matthew Slater. There we go.
Hey, he's real good at what he does. Probably the best ever.
Probably.
All right.
Best. Yeah, current player number 5, last player. These are his years.
Oh boy.
These are his ages. These are his teams.
Oh. Yeah. I think this goes without saying.
He's one-time Pro Bowler, one-time All-Pro. Here's his football.
He was the kicker the last time the Giants had been to the playoffs before this, so
What's his
good for him. He's also a menace to society, I've heard.
What's his name?
Robbie Gould. I thought that went without saying.
Look at him.
Oh, you found 2 Giants pictures?
Yeah.
For the 1 year he spent there?
Dude, there's a shit ton of Giants pictures, by the way. Like,
damn, we're just that good.
And as you said, the menace, Robbie the Menace Gold. By the way, if you don't understand what we mean by this, there's a TikTok of him just being a total badass in the playoffs and just big games. It's so funny. All right. There we go. There is that. All right, let's talk about the games quickly, and then we'll talk about our predictions. Eagles, Niners. Hopefully it's a good game. Hopefully the Niners win. Hopefully I'm not crying this weekend. Jack, are you okay?
Yeah. I was having a heated debate
with your roommates.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm scared. Wait, what's...
Anyway, I have the Eagles over the 49ers. Was that the one you said first?
Yeah, I have the Eagles over the 49ers for reasons, and the Niners cover.
I have the Eagles covering only because it's a 2.5 point spread, yeah. Which, like, even if it's a close game, I feel like a lot of time the game ends with a difference of more than 3 points, unless it's like a walk-off field goal.
Yeah.
So I just picked that, but I expect it to be very close. Like, to me, this game is 50-50.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Like, to me. And so I just landed on one side of the coin, almost expecting to be wrong, honestly. But
I have Eagles Niners. I'm also expected to be wrong, but I do think the Niners are going to cover. I expect to be wrong.
They're probably the 2 best rosters in football.
Yeah. Yeah.
I shouldn't even say probably. They are the 2 best rosters in football. So, like, it should be close, and it should be fun. And I hope the 49ers win it, but gun to my head right now, I'm picking the Eagles.
Yeah. Yo, Don, I swear to God, Don, I will fight. Yo, put him in timeout. How do I put him in timeout? I can't put Dalton in timeout.
Too bad.
Jack, put him in timeout.
Don't silence the truth. Don't silence the truth. 1984.
What? Doug, what?
You can't just do this. You can't just censor people like that. Oh my God.
What is going on? What's going on? I have the Bengals over the Chiefs, and the Bengals cover. I think Mahomes is a little bit banged up with a high ankle sprain, and he's playing just a week after getting a high ankle sprain, which never fucking happens, unless you're Jimmy Garoppolo in the playoffs, and Mahomes is doing it now. So I do have the Bengals over the Chiefs.
So I picked the Chiefs.
Is Cincy favored?
Yes, They have been
And the Chiefs
basically
Stadium.
yes. They have been basically since like 3 hours after the line opened. Like it started as the Chiefs were favored and immediately went to Bengals favored.
What the fuck? Is that happened before? Like in the playoffs, where like the away team.
Yeah.
Is really.
I mean, it happens in the wild card round all the time. Cowboys were favored against Tampa. In the conference championship, I don't know how often that's happened, but it probably has.
Shit.
I mean, imagine like last year the one seeds were the Packers and the Titans. Imagine if either of them made the championship game. You think they'd be favored against like the Chiefs, against the Niners, against the last year's Rams, right?
Yeah.
Like some good regular season teams, like injuries happen before the playoffs, something else where they've earned that bye, they've earned that home field advantage, but they're not still good enough to really be favored there. I don't know.
It's the fucking Chiefs though.
Yeah, but it's because of Mahomes' leg. That is why the line is where it is. But for me, I'm picking the Chiefs. I'm putting my money where my mouth is on I think that Mahomes on one leg is still a top 3 quarterback. And honestly, I'm also kind of picking them to be different so that you can gloat if you're right and I can gloat if I'm right. And either way, it should be a good weekend of games that I will have to listen to a radio feed of, unfortunately, because I will be in the car.
Brett, why is your emoji dabbing?
Why not?
Yeah. All right.
Why isn't yours? Hit one again. There we go.
All right, there you go.
As if this screen could not get any whiter.
All right, that's the show. That's the podcast today.
One of the shows of all time.
One of the shows of all time. Jack, any closing remarks?
In honor of the 49ers, amazing, incredible, every minute of it enjoyable victory over the Cowboys.
Yo, hold up. What the fuck is your roommates doing, dog? What the fuck are they doing? Yo.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Dalton and Brett are both liking your addresses right now. Like, what the fuck? Fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah, I live... No, hey, whoa.
Okay, alright. Oh,
whoa.
Okay.
I'm watching Cowboys fans smashing TVs. I'm watching them threaten to quit watching the team. And it is... I don't care about the Giants losing because the Giants weren't supposed to be there in the first place. Cowboys losing and Cowboys getting eliminated, that is the best weekend and week after football games every year. You love to see it. Fuck the Cowboys.
Dalton,